Hey guys, welcome back into the channel. Just Ama here, and today I thought we would get into my updated foundation routine and how I achieve that. And if you didn't know, I highlight the power of a good brush and what it can do for your foundation routine. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about my favorite brushes to achieve a flawless face, then stay tuned and let's my skin type is oily. I do heavily moisturize my face with a serum, a moisturizer, and an oil. I just believe that if you have oily skin, the more you put moisture into it, the more your skin's gonna love you back. Your foundation less oily in the long run. Right now, I kind of been using the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. So, my favorite brush for my foundation right now, Sephora. The reason I like it is because it's pretty much dome shaped and it's not too dense, and the bristles kind of like fan out. See that, guys? In the foundation I've been using a lot lately, pretty much all my pictures that you have seen lately and all my videos, I've been using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation and Rich Deep. This foundation is supposed to be matte and it's supposed to be a 24-hour wear. So how I like to get into my foundation, squirt my foundation on my face. So I'll take one pump here, one pump here, a little pump there, and a little pump there. And honestly, I don't actually squeeze the pump, I just use what's left. And I just take my brush, and this brush literally does give you like the airbrush look. Like, you literally get in there and lightly put on your face everywhere. Just like blend in the foundation. You see how the bristles of the brush just fan out on your face? That definitely helps you get that more airbrush look to you as you go. And pro tip number one is, if you're doing the concealer brows, this is the time I use my brush to get in to the line of my foundation and blend out that concealer, because you don't want harsh brows and you don't want your brows to be floating. Usually at this time I kind of look at my face to see what can be touched up. So I see that like right here and right there. On my mouth usually needs a little bit more foundation, and you can see that I'm not even using like full pumps. And I'm just gonna go get your neck. Always try to match your neck, unless you're like wearing a white shirt and you don't want your makeup all over. Next step for me in my foundation routine, concealer. You guys are probably gonna think I'm overboard. So my first concealer I use is the Fenty. And honestly, I kind of go gently in with this first. I just kind of take it like this. Don't put a lot on. Just for the first round. Next I'll take walnut while I let my concealer sit, because I'm one of those people who believes that if your concealer sits, you have a better effect. And I'll take a little bit on the side of my cheekbones like this and put that in. Concealer, I love using a brush almost similar to my foundation brush. It is domed like that. This brush is by JAPONESQUE, and honestly this brush is just amazing for tapping in your concealer into your eye, and just tapping into your nose and tapping into your tear duct. And literally it also helps give you like that airbrush flawless, like no harsh line kind of look. And I think this is why I really enjoy this brush, because literally once I'm done, you won't be able to see like where I laid the concealer first. It's magic. At this point in time, I kind of go into my side concealer, because walnut actually really does set. So at this point, I'm just gonna go in and blend that out. Give myself some cheekbones here. When it comes to the nose contour, I just go like this and brush up, getting into my forehead highlight. And if I'm going for like a full face beat, at this point I'm gonna go into a setting powder that's similar to my skin color, and the one I'm going to use is from Estee Lauder. And this brush I'm about to use is not one of my essential brushes for my face, but I'm gonna stamp in on the side of my face. So I am one of those crazy people that go in with 2 concealers. I really like a very highlighted under eye. So, and I'm gonna use concealer and dark 40. Funny, this says dark because you're gonna see how light this is. And I just go in just a little bit, not too much like the first time. And I let that sit for a little bit because I definitely want it to not move. I want it to sink in, cover up my dark circles that we started out with and now we don't have. And then I'm gonna get into that eye concealer, same method as I did last time, tap in. So we're gonna go in with my next favorite brush, a Morphe 438. It's kind of tapered at the end, but it's still kind of fluffy. And I do this trick where I go in with my MAC Studio Fix powder, and you can kind of use any kind of pressed powder for this. And I tap into my concealer, setting it gently, like not a whole lot. Tap it on the nose, tap it on the bridge of the forehead. Brush, which is a tapered highlight brush from Sigma, to highlight my face, but in the sense of highlighting, but I use it to bake. And I like this brush because it's more, not as, you see the difference in these brushes, that's more fluffier, so it kind of spreads out the product. I want to control where I'm baking, so this brush is easy to like let you control onto where I'm actually gonna bake, and I can get into those corners and divots and put in my powder. And there's a nice tip on the top, so I can just easily get into my like little nose piece right there without a tap. I'm gonna go in with my Sephora Pro face palette in dark, and this is one of my favorite contour brushes just because it is angled and it's very densely packed, so the brushes are pretty stiff. And I'm just gonna tap into that, and I'm like already see the difference from one side to the other side. And I get under my chin up to there. So while we're on, my next favorite contour brush is actually for my nose contour, just because it has a good side like this, and I go right in and drag the contour into my brows. So even if I have foundation on or eyeshadow on, I still kind of bring that line in. That line right there is really gonna help you like shape your nose really good. I'm not gonna wear eyeshadow, like this is one of my tips to make it look like you have a lot going on your eyes, but you really don't. If I'm gonna try to get like a really chiseled nose look, I have another contour brush, and this one is by Sonia-Kashuk. And it's just almost the same shape, but literally it's so much more like smaller that you can really define that nose contour. As you can see, like the colors are really deepening out there. At this point, I like to go in with like a little light powder and clean up my nose contour if I'm really trying to snatch my nose. And honestly, I'll bring it, you really can see the difference in like a super snatch and just like a regular, I'm just kind of trying to give my face definition, and this is like, we ain't playing games tonight. At this step, I now go in and wipe off all my bake, and I'm currently using the Born This Way multi-use complexion powder. It's kind of like a foundation powder, but it's still powdery. So I just get in my NYX brush. The Sigma large powder brush is my next favorite brush, and that is the F20. And literally I just go in and like start blending everything through. And sweep all that bake. Like once I sweep away all the baking powder off my Fix Plus, and I just let all the powder subside from my face, because that's really what Fix Plus is supposed to do. It's supposed to make your face look more like skin and less like powder. So it dries at this point. This is when I get my lashes ready, and today I'm going to be using Lash by Nails. I'm going to be putting on extras, so of a difference the Fix Plus actually makes on my face. Like, I'm already glowing and I haven't put no highlight on. So, and then usually at this point I always go in for a second round to just make sure everything matches. Go at my nose a little bit just to make sure there's not like super harsh lines on my nose. I go in with blush, and honestly I don't know where this is from, but I always like kind of a angled tapered brush, and it's, you know, domed, fluffy. It's not too dense, and I think I'm gonna still use my Sephora Pro palette, so I'm gonna go in with Premiere, and I'm gonna just kind of glide that over my cheek a little bit. And a little goes a long way. Like, did you see that? That was like nothing, and whew, on my apples on my cheeks, and I bring it kind of far back. I'm gonna go in with my highlight brush, and now my favorite kind of highlighting brushes are these kind of like fan dome brushes, and this is a Sephora, very tapered kind of, if you see it. And you can just like, I don't sit on my face, I just glide it on the top of my face. And sometimes when I'm not wearing eyeshadow, I'll just bring my highlight into here, kind of making that C shape. Using like more of these odd highlighters, I do not put them down the bridge of my nose and my forehead. So I'm going to go back in with a gold one, and then I'm going to use that gold one down the bridge of my nose and my forehead. Highlight brushes, because they don't deposit too much highlight, just enough. Unless you want to amp it, which of course not me. And I just tap that down on my Cupid's bow and a little bit on my chin. So welcome back in. This is definitely my finished updated foundation look of 2020. I did everything else off camera just because none of that really has to do with my foundation routine. These 10 brushes are essential to get a nice flawless airbrush look to your foundation. I know when I started out doing makeup I didn't understand the power of brushes, and honestly I can say if you have good brushes, it doesn't matter what price of makeup you're using. As you can see, I use everything from Estee Lauder on my face to NYX, and my face came out flawless. It's all about your tools that you're using. These are Sephora brushes. Some of these brushes are Sigma brushes, and you don't have to rush out and go get all 10 of these brushes. You can easily buy brushes one by one singly when they're on sale or if there's a great promotion. I've definitely been building up my brush collection for many years now, so I didn't get all these brushes overnight, and you should never have to think that way when it comes to stuff. I just thought that this would be a really great way to show you guys my full foundation routine and to let you guys into something about me that you guys probably didn't know, that brushes are one of my favorite things about makeup, honestly. Like, I have a lot of them. So I am a sucker for a good brush, and I think these are my 10 essential brushes that you need to pull off your airbrush foundation look. And I want to thank you guys for stopping in. And as always, please remember to like, comment, and share this video so we can grow this family. And honestly, since you're here, where you're going, because my next video is right here and my other video is right here. So watch that video, hang out with your girl, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in my next one. See you guys.